Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.
Welcome to the Great Debaters Contest, the home of truly spectacular debate. We have pitched camp in Kakamega County to bring you some wonderful debates. I am your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Nyambok. Our motion is subcontracting foreign expertise is a hindrance to the growth of our local industry. We have Shaderema boys versus Chavakali boys. Who will be the victor?
We'll now go straight to the first proposer. You have 3 minutes.
From Shaderema Boys High School, Brand Ruseno, I propose the motion. The motion entitled Subcontracting Foreign Expertise is a hindrance to the growth of local industries. Actually, yes, it's true. Compared to Kenyan education, we Kenyan, we have read up to universities. Most of Kenyans have PhD degrees and so ever. But you see, our country, that's Kenya, our leaders call people from foreign countries to come and help us in contracting these roads. Maybe if we have a look at Kakamega Webuye Highway, you can find that this contractor that was given that opportunity to contract the road is really messing up our society, because we Kenyans normally every now and then we manage to buy new vehicles, but because of we have given out some funds for construction of the road, but still we encounter some problems. The road is not yet in function, but if you compare since the last year, that is 2013, the contractor had already started to contracting the road, but up to now, up to date, the road is not in a good condition to be used. So we Kenyans, we are suffering, and we are still giving this opportunity to guys from foreign countries. My next point is this issue of giving contract to foreign people really decrease the level of Kenyan education. Why? Maybe you as a Kenyan, we are in school, we are paying to learn, and it reaches a time that you have qualified, you have finished, you are learning, you are supposed to get at least a job to help other Kenyans, but you can see you can't be employed by the government, and yet there are a lot of vacancies. So I wish these will be improved on. My last point is that this issue of subcontracting foreign expertise is also a hindrance to local industry. The funds that are supposed to help the local industry buying raw materials, building, buying new machines to improve the functioning of the industry, we are giving these all funds to people from foreign countries. So thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your opening remarks.
My name is Joshua Ochuru from Chavakali High School, here to oppose the motion that states that subcontracting foreign expertise is a hindrance to the growth of local industry. Subcontracting is simply the act of bringing other companies from outside our country to come and help us in our industrial development. Now, when you talk about foreign expertise, these are experts from outside our country. I have a dream to see Africa rising. I have a dream that our leaders are going to be the best in the world. I have a dream that our industry will one day be the hallmark of Mother Earth. This dream can only be achieved by helping one another. Remember that a candle loses nothing when it lights another. When we bring foreign subcontractors to help us, You see, they actually help us in a number of ways. First of all, subcontracting leads to modern apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is simply the gaining of skill from a skilled person to an unskilled person. Now, you see, if our local workers get these skills, probably the next time our government needs to do some construction work, something to build our industry, we won't have to contract foreigners. So it will be a way of boosting our own economy. It will be a way of boosting our own industry. We should embrace foreigners. We should embrace subcontracting. Subcontracting also strengthens the bond between our government and other countries from which we subcontract. You might take, for example, China. You might take, for example, the United States of America. If our country subcontracts workers, it will be, let's say, a way of increasing our relationship with them. You see, Kenya will be in good relation with that other country. Kenya will be in good relation with other countries in the world, yeah. Subcontracting is also a way of creating job opportunities, is it not? You see that when we subcontract, the foreigners come to our country and they are ready to do a certain kind of work. What will they do? They will employ our local workers to help them. You might take, for example, the standard gauge railway that is being built in Kenya right now, which is proposed to be built. It will create 20,000 job opportunities for Kenyans. Isn't that great? The building of the Thika superhighway. It created job opportunities, did it not? You see, it is a way of reducing unemployment levels in our country. Because subcontractors are efficient in their work, we have industrial gems. Take, for example, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. In the transport industry, the Thika superhighway. Don't you think it's wonderful? So I think and I know that subcontracting is not a hindrance at all to our country. Thank you.
We'll now hear rebuttals, beginning with the proposers. You have 3 minutes.
I'm Lukamasia Boniface from Shaderema Boys High School, and I want to propose the motion. The country spends billions and billions of money to pay the investors who thereafter take a larger share of whatever they invest in the country. For example, the Turkana oil farm. It was agreed that the Europeans should take 80% of whatever income will come in, and Kenya will take the 20% remaining. How will 20% benefit we as a country? How will it benefit us? It also creates unemployment in the country. We find that most of the investors who come in the country take most of the parts in whatever they come to do in the country, and a little share is given to the Kenyans, and it's just like they just assist in doing the work, but most part of the work is done by the foreigners. How do we expect to grow as a country when a lot of money is being spent outside instead of the money being spent within the country? And thus, I think will improve the standard of living of many Kenyans instead of helping other countries to grow. And we as Kenyans are really suffering. I urge you to consider the Kenyans in such issues and see whether we shall grow or remain to be at that standard that we are. We should not rely mostly on the foreigners, but also depend on our own engineers and other workers who lack employment in the country and hence fly to other countries to look for employment. We should put them into consideration, and we as Kenyans shall grow to whatever standards we need.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes for your rebuttal.
I, Stuart Kugo from Chavakali Boys High School, would like to oppose the motion that subcontracting is a hindrance to the local growth of our industry. First of all, the proposers did say that most of the works are being done by the foreign expertise. Really? I don't think so. The work of this foreign expertise is to only come in and do what the Kenyan expertise are not doing, not to do most of the work. Then he also said that they are messing up our society. I don't also think so. Why am I saying so? How do they mess up our society? And yet, look at what they've done in the Thika Superhighway. A superb work, a really fantastic work. Right now, I take 30 minutes to travel anywhere using the Thika Superhighway. Then he also said that this subcontracting, it's a long stretch, that is, they take a lot of time. Haven't you ever heard of the proverb, patient pays? We need to be patient. Look at what they did in the Thika Superhighway. They took a lot of time, and what was the result? The result was a superb, fantastic work. Then he also said that our government is using a lot of money, that is billions, and it's not benefiting us. My question is, don't you think that by the government using billions, trillions, and even millions is a waste of time or a waste of resources? No. Again, I'll point out on the Thika Superhighway, they used at least 13.5 billion. That was, they subcontracted the China Wuyi company to come and build the Thika Superhighway. Is it not helping us? Yes, it is helping us. Then look at Kenya as an economic market. Kenya in the economic world is like a flower that has been helped to come or has been fertilized by the local subcontractors, by the help of the foreign subcontractors. Then come to Kenya theory statistics of that, where they have said that the poverty index of Turkana is 87%, while the illiterate level of Turkana is 93%. Tell me, with that poverty level and illiterate level, will we have been able to discover oil? No. It is just because of the Talu company, which came in, discovered oil in Turkana, that we are planning on how to exhaust the oil. Then we also come about the, most of the part is not done by the expertise. You see, when these expertise come into our country, they come in knowing that they want to do little of the work. They will be doing the higher jobs. Where will these lower jobs be going to? They will actually be going to the Kenyans who will be doing the lower jobs. Then you come to Kenyan economy. How will it help to build the Kenyan economy? Take, for instance, China Wuyi company has come to Kenya. What will happen? They have come to contract the Thika Superhighway. Like Kencom company, when they wanted to contract the road, Kenya, the Eldoret Kakamega Road, what did they do? The Kencom was fighting over the China Wuyi, but the contract was given to China Wuyi. Kencom later realized that and went to construct the Eldoret Kapsabet Road. Is that not killing two birds with one stone? That is, they have contracted the Thika Superhighway and they are constructing the Kakamega Road. Think about it. Don't try to bring vision 2030 to 3020. Thank you.
I've been using M-Pesa for 3 years now, and M-Pesa, it's easy to access, it's easy to initiate, and the services are also good.
Take part in the M Challenge by sending your short song, rap or poem about Safaricom M-Pesa on WhatsApp, and you could win 1,000 shillings in Safaricom airtime.
The audience has posed a few questions to the two teams on stage. They will be responding shortly. The proposers have been asked, is it possible for Kenya to achieve Vision 2030 without foreign aid? The opposition have been asked, doesn't the use of foreign subcontractors kill job opportunities for locals? We'll have them respond to the questions. Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes.
Mustafa Kakai from Shaderema Boys High School. First and foremost, these foreigners, some of them are not serious with their work. As if they have given some work to work in our country, they do because they know that no person has experience like them. They can do the way they want because they know that no other person will come to perform like them. So they have to waste a lot of time to know that they want to make their countries to be rich, but our countries to continue to be poorly. Some of local families, they will continue to be the same since they were born some years back. So we have, us like Kenyans, we have to be serious so that these foreigners may not come in our country and start doing their work as if this country is their country. We have to change. First and foremost, I and you, we are the one to change. As we have some people in this country that they have learned it, but they have no place to work. Why? We are just taking some foreigners people to come and work for ourselves. So if you carry like Kisumu flyover, you can carry that. They are just doing their own work and they're just wasting time so that they can get a lot of money from us. So we have to invest ourselves to carry so that we can reach our vision 2030. And we cannot get to that vision without us ourselves being serious to do the same work that those people that are doing. The second point is that the foreigners are not aware of local cultures. Us, like Kenyans, we are just doing the culture of the foreigners instead of doing our own culture. So we care that those people that are coming in Kenya to get space, but us Kenyans are looking like we are the one foreigners. So we have to show ourselves that those are the foreigners, but not us. We get like some of machines, we have to get Manyonje, Talishuka, West Kenya. So those contractors that they come to work there, you no longer get them. They are there as if that place is theirs. So we have to change and build our Kenya so that we can reach our vision 2030 with the aim that we have to not foreign to work for us, but us we have to work for ourselves. If you will not do that, we remain to be the same since you are born until the day will die. Thank you.
Opposition, you also have 3 minutes to respond to the audience.
No man is an island. Neither is Kenya. Just to respond to your question, I am Indimuli Collins from Chavakali High School. Shouldn't we employ our local workers so as to create job opportunities? Remember, the motion states that subcontracting foreign expertise is a hindrance to the growth of local industry. When we subcontract, we don't subcontract the laborers. Kindly note the word foreign expertise. These are experts, people with experience, people who've got the knowledge to do the tasks, to perform the tasks. That's why we subcontract them. We don't bring them in to bring us laborers. We are sure enough that Kenya has got laborers, so we only import the foreign expertise. As seen, Kenya is a developing country. Kenya has got very successful companies. A very good example is the Safaricom. Safaricom is our own company, but since they have been outsourcing foreign expertise, a good example is Bob Colimo. Is he a Kenyan? Isn't he doing some commentable work? The foreign experts have brought about favorable competition. The Barclays Bank is a good example. The Barclays Bank is an original product of the UK. When they chipped in to Kenya, they brought about the upping of the game of a bank like the Equity Bank of Kenya. They brought about competition to the Equity Bank of Kenya. As you can see, the Equity Bank of Kenya has expanded its borders and moved to countries like Rwanda. This brings about our banks and even the other industries to get at least some experience. Equity Bank, I use it as a good example. The Barclays Bank sponsors the English Premier League. Do you know that the Equity Bank has a Wings to Fly project which sponsors the less fortunate students? Is in that progress? The Thika Superhighway was constructed by foreign experts. When the Thika Superhighway was done, we've seen that investors came in along the Thika Superhighway. A good example is the Garden City Mall, which is said to be the largest shopping mall in Eastern Africa. Is in that progress? Is that hindering the growth of local industry? Food for thought.
We'll now hear closing submissions. Proposers, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. Last comment from Shaderema boys, the proposers, is that I sympathize with my friend when he said that we Kenyans, we produce laborers. Are you learning to be a laborer? It's a very hurting statement. Thank you.
Opposition, you have a minute as well for your final remarks.
Final summation. Shh. Do you hear that? Oi, I do. I hear the drumbeats of Africa. Africa rising, Africa developing. I can see our country, our continent, developing, becoming a giant, going further than the darkest reaches of space. This can only be achieved if we subcontract foreigners. Remember, an arrow can only shoot forward if only it draws back. We should embrace change, embrace development, embrace foreign subcontractors. We all have a dream to see Africa rise, is it not? We all are patriotic for Africa. Would you rather live in an underdeveloped country and in an underdeveloped continent while there are people out there willing to help us? Contemplate on that. Thank you.
Brian, you didn't define the terms as expected as the first speaker. You just come and give your particular submissions, and you really attack this one road, Webuye Kakamega, I know. Yes, so we expected more when you're talking about foreign expertise being a hindrance. Of course, you're very confident because you still come, even when some of your members are still struggling to really see. That's why you even come before even the bell, before you even invited. That tells me that you're ready to do something. And that simply means if some extra work is given to you, you can make a better speaker than we have seen today. Boniface as well, no role playing. You're supposed to examine. You didn't do any rebuttal at all. You also read quite a lot, and I was wondering, where is the debate now? You see, you have a presence because of your height, so you expect a lot from you, okay? So work on that, and something else will come. So, and don't appear as if you're waiting for the bell to go. Then say thank you after that. It's as if you're waiting. Where is this bell? Where is this bell? Kakai, I just want to address you. I think you have a gift that I'm still trying to figure out what it is. But I noticed, I don't think you wanted to come to the stage. It is very true, and I can see you smiling because that was true. You didn't want to come to the stage. But now you're forced to come to the stage, but you still managed to utilize 3 minutes and speak to us, whatever came out, So there's something that you have, and maybe we'll have a word and we can figure it out. But you didn't answer any of the questions that was asked.
To Chavakali boys, you are a powerhouse right there. The three of you, each bringing, different strengths and different styles of debate. I think, Joshua, you're a very good beginner. You set the stage, and, your team is able to pick up the pieces. And what I like was the teamwork that was executed as you came on stage. Kugo, I like the fact that, nothing intimidates you. And I really like the fact that when you refer to Turkana and you're saying, hey, look at this county. This is the illiteracy rate. This is the poverty rate. Then how do you expect them to excel or to improve if there is no foreign expertise that's aiding them or helping them? And that was really good, which is evidence of a well-read person. Indimuli, good response to questions. And I think I love your mastery of language as well. My only concern was when you referred to Barclays Bank and saying that they actually brought competition to equity. They didn't. If you look at the history of those banks, Barclays has been here longer than Equity. So you could have said that, because of that, I mean, there is open space for competition. For example, Barclays and Equity, rather than, saying that they came in to bring competition to Equity. But overall, I think very good debate from your side. And you're also very neat. I must commend you for that.
Friends High School, Shaderema, the judges awarded you 46%. Please give them a round of applause. Chavakali, Boys High School, the judges awarded you 73.4%.
Definitely one of the highest scores we have seen in Kakamega County. And of course, we'd like to congratulate the two teams on stage for a very entertaining, very thrilling debate. From all of us here at the Great Debaters Contest, we'd like to thank you for watching. And of course, we'd like to thank Safaricom M-Pesa and KBC Channel 1. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Great Debaters EA. I have been your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Nyambok. Catch you next time.
The Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.